Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of my Pokemon Black 2 Nuzlocke. So let's take a look at what we're working with now. So it seems like our team is getting up there in levels. It's definitely getting up there. I think it's actually... Should I take out EXP share? Yeah, I think we'll take out EXP share and we'll get Zoroark up to 35 first. Well, we'll get Zoroark and Bambino up to 35 before we start working on the other two. It seems like progress is being made fairly quickly. You know, this is going to be the 5th episode of this grind fest. I mean, I'm sure it was great fun for everybody involved to watch me fight this one trainer over and over again. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't actually, but you know, it's not too big of a deal. This is like an acceptable amount of grinding. Like, if you really think about it, 5 episodes, 25 minutes each, 20 to 25 minutes each, that's not too bad, right? Oh yeah, I equipped the shell bell, that's right, okay. So worthwhile, Jesus. Okay, and Liepard is still going to be fodder for Bambino to grow, basically. I'm just waiting for this thing to evolve as well. Like, right now, I'm not too happy with how Bambino is doing. Like, you know, he's okay. He's not bad, but he has no grass stab, and then his normal stab hurts himself. So I'm not really too excited about what he's putting out here. All right, good job, Bambino. You did well. You did well. You deserve that level. You earned it for yourself. Yeah, actually, I've been grinding this so long that I don't remember where I was supposed to go. Oh, I remember. We fought the ground guy, the guy that killed Dundee. And then, like, there was this cave and then the cave was, like, fucking me up. So I think it's probably that we go down into the cave. No, is there anything even in the cave, or is that just, like, a place to level up? I think that cave might just be a place to level, now that I'm thinking about it again. Yeah, I believe so. So in that case, should I go back there? No, I think I just keep grinding on these things. This should be fine. So, there's the Pokemon World Tournament. I think that's the actual thing that I need to do. Like, I need to fight people there, or something like that. That must be it, right? Like, I don't know what else it could be. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So, I don't actually know how the Pokemon AI, works against, Zoroark. Because what you want to do is you want to send Zoroark, like, maybe you send it out as, like, a fighting type, for example, and the opponent might be tempted to use psychic type moves on you, and then you're immune to that, so then you get, like, a free hit in before they realize. That's, like, the ideal circumstance. I don't know if that's, like, the way that we should be doing this. I actually think that I'll just equip EXP share back onto it. There's no need to do this like that. Is it faster? I think it must be faster, right? Because, like, I'm one-shotting them right now, so even if it takes longer for Zoroark to level, he's already at escape velocity, you know? He's already one-shotting everything, so I don't really need him to level up faster than this. But if what I'm saying is that it's faster in general to put the EXP share on, because if I didn't have the EXP share on, then once Zoroark hits 35, I would need to send Cheryl in herself to try and fight these guys by herself, and she wouldn't be able to kill them nearly as fast as Zoroark is. And the net experience gain is still the same, I believe. Like, I'm pretty sure that the experience is just split among them, like, evenly. There's no penalty or anything like that. So at the end of the day, like, all this experience is going to all the members of my team anyway, so it's just splitting them evenly, basically. But then the split evenly, we gain the experience faster because we're splitting it evenly. So that's why I feel like this is more worthwhile. That was a really long-winded explanation. Basically, I just feel like if I tried to send Cheryl in to fight these guys on her own, she wouldn't be able to kill them as fast as Zoroark is right now. Okay, let me get some potions. Just heal him up, heal him up. Good job, Bambino. We'll see how Winona does after a bit. I'm pretty sure Winona is, like, hot garbage for a while. But, yeah, especially because she's adamant. God damn, dude. The adamant Winona feels bad. Oh, well. Just gonna grab a sip of water here. Good stuff. Yeah, I don't know how sick of seeing the screen you guys are. You know, this fucking tranquil. Just don't detect me. That's all I ask. Good, good, good. It's finally starting to speed up though. Like it's finally starting to be very quick to go through these guys. So the grind is not too bad. I wonder if there's other. Oh shit! I stayed in with this. That wasn't what I was intending to do. Oh well. I want to actually see if Zoroark is faster than Liepard now. Like, Liepard is really fast, but Zoroark is also quite fast. So, I would imagine that he's faster. Yeah, good job. How much does Night Slash do? Oh, half. Not bad at all. Oh. I just had lunch, so, I can feel the food still, like, rumbling in my belly, you know? Okay, let's take a look. How much experience does this give me? 633. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Level 32 Zoroark. Yeah, you see the stat gain is going up by a ton now because it's a fully evolved Pokemon. Cheryl's getting quite a lot too. Cheryl's actually getting quite strong. The attack that, you know, I saw there, that attack stat is, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, I'm definitely not unsatisfied, at least. Okay, we're gonna heal up quickly here. What was I doing this week? Oh, I met up with a bunch of old friends actually, just to say goodbye before I go to Australia. You know, people were all very surprised that I was going. I kept it pretty under wraps for a while. Like only people that I saw very often knew I was going, but lots of friends who I see maybe like every few months or so. I felt like I should tell them we should all gather and you know, just drink some beers, eat some dinner, no big deal. It was quite fun. We had a really good time. What were we talking about? We were talking about some like really random shit. Like there was this one guy who was really adamant about putting his toilet paper roll under rather than over, because he was just like when you put it under, you are more economic with the number of squares that you use because it's harder to unwrap them. So it's harder to unwrap them, and also tearing upwards versus tearing downwards gives you greater control of how much toilet paper you're using. So he was basically saying that because he's always done it under, he felt like whenever you do it over, you often mess up the rip. Like either it doesn't rip properly or it rips too many squares, or when instead of trying to rip it, like the whole roll just comes down instead. But yeah, I was just saying that, you know, after like 1,000 toilet paper rips, you get good enough at it that you can rip the requisite number of toilet paper squares that you want each time that you do it. And then he was kind of just like, all right. But yeah, I didn't ever meet anybody that was so adamant about under before. I actually don't even know what the benefits are. I feel like it's just a matter of being unskilled. Like if you can't rip the toilet paper properly, then I guess under is just like the training wheels to your you know, your shitting bike. If you're like a real big boy and you can ride the bicycle without the training wheels, it gives you way more control. No, not way more control. It like opens up. I guess it doesn't open up. It makes it much easier and more convenient to poop if you can just rip the right number of squares each time when it's under. But then if you feel like you're unsafe, like you feel unsteady on the pooping bicycle, then, you know, putting on the training wheels lets you rip the toilet paper without this fear of falling in this case being you know, fucking up the whole roll and then like the paper just like rolling to the ground or whatever. I actually don't know. I've never seen this happen. Like I don't think I've done that since I was like 5 years old. Maybe 5 is really late. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like actually a lot of my conversations with friends are about pooping. I think this is something that runs in my family. Like we're just all slow poopers by nature. Like slow as in not like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but like 20 minutes. Like when I was a kid, I used to have to poop for 30 minutes at least. Like at least a half hour. More often than not, it was like a 45-minute ordeal. And it was like once every like 3 days or something. It just, you know, poops have always been like difficult for me. I don't know why. Like there's a lot of theories. Like my mom used to say that it's because of lack of exercise or it's because of diet or whatever. And people, like everybody I tell this to, everybody and their fucking mother tell me that I need to eat more fiber. And I'm just like, you don't think I've tried to eat more fiber? Like I've been living with this my entire life. Like I used to eat all brown rice and Like just all brown everything, and like I eat fruit every day and shit like that. It doesn't matter. It's nothing to do with that. It's like a mental thing. Yeah. Like throughout my entire school career from kindergarten until the end of high school, I never pooped at school because I was just like I can't poop outside. That's fucked up. It's not fucked up, but it's like it's fucked up for me anyway. So yeah, I had serious problems trying to poop. It was not fun. It's still not fun, but it's gone a lot better recently. But yeah, I don't know where this comes from. Like I used to have severe anxiety pooping outdoors. Like I wouldn't be able to poop unless it was a totally enclosed space. Like whenever I can hear footsteps, or like if I see that there are other, like if I know that there are other people in the room, then I just can't do it. Like something inside me is just like, no, no poops for you today, you know? I don't know why that is, but that's just how it was for a very long time. And what eventually fixed it, at least a little bit, is living on campus. Just because, well, my dorm washroom was really, really shitty. It was, there were like 20 dudes that lived on the same floor, and we shared one bathroom. In that bathroom, there's 3 showers, 3 toilets, and 2 urinals, and we just basically used that together. And so there was always someone in the washroom. It was never empty because, you know, 20 people, there's always going to be someone doing something, right? I eventually got over it a little bit. You know, I pooped a few times in my room dorm. But usually what I would do instead is that when I was out during classes, I would find like secluded bathrooms on campus. Like nice toilets that I know are hard to access or that there isn't a lot of foot traffic to, and that was where I was pooping each time. Ugh. Like I know this sounds like it took a lot of energy, and it totally did. It was a severe drain on my mental resources trying to find places to poop and worrying about pooping. But I just like I can't help it. Like I wish I could just get over it and poop like a regular person, but it was just not meant to be, you know, like my body was just not made to poop easily. I remember the first time, I actually thought that everybody was like this. Like, I thought pooping just took like 45 minutes and it was a once every 3 days ordeal. Like, nobody told me that it wasn't until much, much later. Like, people used to be like, oh, you know, you should poop every day. But it wasn't like, oh, everybody poops every day and you're like the only one that does this. I thought it was just like, it's kind of like, oh, you should exercise, you know? But like, not everyone exercises and it's like pretty normal to not exercise. But I remember it was like grade 8. I don't know what that is in American. I think that's middle school junior. I don't know how many years of middle school there are. Grade 8, 8th grade. I brought a friend home. We were just chilling at my house during lunchtime, and he was just like, "Oh, I need to take a dump," and I'm just like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." Well, actually, in my head, I said, "Yeah, sure, no problem," but in my head, I was just like, "We're not gonna make it back to school in time," because we went during the lunch break, which is like an hour. We just went back to my house because it's like walking distance, and I was just like, "Yeah, you know, like I don't know if there's gonna be enough time for you to eat and poop at the same time." He went in and it was literally instantaneous. He came out within like a minute, and I was just like, I was blown away. Like I didn't tell him I was blown away because he didn't seem like that was a big deal. So, and also like, you know, I'm in 8th grade. I never talked to any of my friends about shit before, but I was actually incredibly shocked by this. And then later on, I asked people about it, and they're just like, yeah, it's really normal, right? You get there, you start pooping immediately, and then once you're done, you get up immediately. And I was just like, how do people do this? Like, when I need to take a dump, like, no matter, like, unless it's one of those moments where, like, I cannot hold it in, I'm gonna, like, shit my pants, it takes at least, like, 5 to 10 minutes of, like, pre-ambling. Like, kind of like you have to pep yourself up for it, you know? Like, you have to get pumped enough so that the poop is just, like, ready to fly. And then, like, I would have to pep myself up for, like, 10 minutes. That's, like, that's the preamble to the actual event. And that's like necessary. Like that's not like an optional thing. Like even if I'm in a rush, I can't like stop the preamble. But then I guess maybe it's because I don't poop every day, but I never feel like my bowels are totally clear after a poop. It's always just like what's it called? It's always like I drop the first dump, like the first deuce, and then I feel like, you know, there's definitely a possibility that more is coming. So I usually spend like 5-10 minutes waiting there, feeling like there could be more coming. But then after 5-10 minutes, I like give up on more coming, and then I get up. But like I still feel like if possible, I would like to expel more, you know? But I don't know. Like this is just one of those things. Like I've seen people about it. I've tried to take other things. Like I never really took laxatives. I remember taking it once as a child, and then like it just made me poop the one time. But I didn't take it like consistently. It doesn't really bother me in any way because I've never known a life without this feeling. Like I'm sure that it must be nice for other people that they don't have to live with this, but for me it's just like this is how I've always been, so it's not really a huge deal to me. But I do remember one specific incident was when I was in China. I was like a kid. We went to visit my dad's family up north, and his town is like a fairly small town. It's not like the backwater sticks or anything, but it's definitely rural. Like I wouldn't put it into the urban category. And pretty much all the toilets were like the ditch type. Like I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but in China a lot of the toilets are not like the porcelain bowls that we were used to in the West. They're literally just like, well, I guess they still might be porcelain. They're like this porcelain thing that's flat into the ground. It's just basically a ditch. You're supposed to squat over it and take a dump. And like I just could not do it. Like I looked at it and I knew immediately, I'm just like, there's no way that I'll be able to do this. I still have not to this day. I've never successfully squat pooped. But I was there for an entire week and I just didn't poop. And every day my whole family would just be like, "Did you poop today?" And I'm just like, "Nah, I didn't poop today." And they're just like, are you okay? Like, are you dying? And I'm just like, "Nah, it's just I don't need to poop." And like I legitimately felt okay. Like I still ate no problem. And like I always felt kind of full. Like I didn't feel hungry, but I didn't feel like terrible either. Like I didn't feel like, wow, like I feel like I'm being stuffed up. I don't want to eat another bite. It was just like I was more full than usual, but otherwise I was totally fine. And yeah, that was a weird experience for me. I don't think I could do that anymore. Like since then, my bowel movements have become more regular. I don't think I could hold it for a whole week now. But yeah, that just goes to show like how large a mental block I had about pooping. It's a very unusual thing to have. I recommend that you don't do that if possible. I mean, if you have that, it's not a huge deal. I mean, I have that. It's not it hasn't affected my life too poorly in any way. But yeah, it might go away with time. I suspect that it's just like a thing that's in my family, like my brother is like this a little bit, but he didn't used to be. Like I think he used to be like an instant pooper, and then he discovered that pooping is like the best time to like play on a DS or like read a book or whatever. It's just like your time to relax and you can do whatever you want, But yeah, like he also is one of those slow poopers now. But oh, maybe it's a nurture thing rather than a nature thing then. Huh, interesting. Because I remember even when I was a kid, I used to read when I took a dump every time. I don't know why. Like I remember, when did it start? Like somebody must have told me. Like why did I just think to myself I should take a dump? This is like one of those chicken and egg things. Like did I start reading books in there because it took so long? So I'm like, well, I'm just sitting here for 45 minutes while I read a book. Or did I start taking long because I started reading books? And that's like it's an interesting question. I have no idea. Like now, instead of reading books, I just like go on my phone, watch videos. I actually like exclusively watch videos. I can't like do anything else. Like usually I'm a big Reddit browser. I like to browse the, quite a few subreddits, but I can't like do that while I'm pooping. It's not relaxing enough. It has to be like a brainless activity. So I watch like just random YouTube content. Usually nothing too like stimulating. Usually it's just something like usually just like gameplay videos. I watch a lot of League of Legends highlight videos, those kind of things. The stuff that like when you watch, there's no real substance to it. You just watch it because it's familiar and it's kind of fun. Yeah, stuff like that. Oh, Jesus. Just gonna grab some water here. One sec. Wonder how other people do it. Like I always hear these big YouTubers speak for like 40 something minutes and they don't drink any water. Like do their voices not get hoarse? Maybe it's like practice. Like I like this is a thing that I remember from my undergrad is that if you're a taxi driver or a waitress, the areas of your brain that are responsible for memory storage, for working memory, Forgot what place that is. Hippocampus? Not hippocampus. Maybe hippocampus, yeah. That area of the brain is larger in people whose careers, who constantly have to remember things all over and over again. And yeah, your brain actually is very malleable. It changes based on what you use about it more often. Like, you know, there's the saying that the brain is like a muscle and that you have to exercise it as well, or, you know, it starts to rot, or not rot, but like starts to not work as well as it should. And you know, in that way that it is sort of similar. It's a works by a different mechanism, but and also it's not a muscle, but it is true to some extent. Like there was like many studies about taxi drivers in London showing that their brain areas responsible for working memory were more well developed than other people's. And the theory that you know, people with good memories would go into becoming a taxi driver was debunked somehow. I don't remember how, but it was just it was quite interesting. Why did I say this? There's a reason for this. Like I had a point in mind, and then that point reminded me of this conversation. Oh well, whatever. Oh, the YouTube voice thing, yeah. So I'm just wondering, maybe, I don't know if the throat works in a similar way, but maybe if you're someone that spends like 8 hours a day just talking to yourself to a microphone, like of course your content becomes more interesting. Like I have no doubt that with practice you start cutting out these shitter words like and I said twice, I don't know, like and all that crap, because I don't hear that very often from very like seasoned YouTube professionals. But I wonder how they get over this, like this voice fatigue. Like I wonder if the throat muscles just become stronger over time after talking so much, and then they don't feel hoarse anymore after they're used to talking for so long. It's definitely possible, I have no idea, but I very, very rarely hear anybody drink water during their videos. I feel like that's like almost my signature at this point. Okay, I mean, I'll take energy ball, sure. It's a grass type move, but it's not very good. What does feint attack help me cover? Psychic types? Psychic, ghost? I guess that's worth keeping. I guess I'll get rid of leech seed, fuck it, dude. Bambino's not really a good leech seed user. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I always feel a little bit hoarse after I record for a while, just because I'm not used to speaking for so long. Not just so long, but so, like, continuously. Because when you have a conversation with somebody, there's a lot of space in between where they are talking to you and you're listening, and then you respond, you know? So, in that sense, you get little breaks from talking all the time, you know? Like, whenever the person you're talking to is speaking to you, that's time where your voice is resting. So I feel like this experience where I'm speaking constantly is very, very different from that. And I wonder how other people deal with it, because like I just have to take sips of water every so often and then I'm good to go. But other people that don't drink water, maybe it's just that maybe they're just their voice boxes or their throats are like made of iron at this point, and they don't chip away easily from, you know, just like a few hours of speaking. Okay, just checking my time here. Looks like that's about the right length for a video. So, how close are we to done here? We're kind of close. We're definitely not like far off from now. We have 2 levels on Zoroark, 3 levels on Bambino, 4 levels on Cheryl, a shitload of levels on Winona, but that should come soon enough. So yeah, that's probably going to be the end of this episode. This is going to be the 5th one, so ideally we'll be done by the 7th episode. We might just cut it off at the next one, just because like I'm getting a little sick of seeing these fucking Tranquils and Lipards in every episode. Alright, but as usual, if you enjoyed the episode, I'd appreciate a like and comment. You know, they always make my day. They make me feel like I did a good job that day. And if you enjoyed it as well, there will be another video tomorrow. Tune in next time. Bye.